The Kings beat the Sharks! Yes! I mean, I know, like, lose for Hughes and all that, whatever, but I don't care because it's the Sharks, and I love beating the Sharks almost as much as I love beating the Ducks and Vegas and Chicago. They're just on that list of teams. So very exciting. I also love seeing Jones back in the building because I love Martin Jones. I always have loved Martin Jones, and I'm just going to leave it at that. So always nice to see him back in the stadium. But just as nice to see the Kings actually kind of put together almost all of the game. Like, yay, good job, guys. Of course, it doesn't matter anymore. And either way, the Kings are not getting in and the Sharks are already clinched. So, but still, rivalry game, always fun to watch. The Kings really came out of the gate. In the first 17 minutes of the first period, they had 12 shots on goal, while the other team had 3. The first, 5 or 6 shots on goal were all LA Kings. It took the Sharks 6 minutes and 17 seconds to even get a look at Quick, and in the meantime, Brown got his 20th goal of the season. Congratulations, the Kings now have 2 20-goal scorers in their midst. Oh my goodness, I never thought that was going to happen, except I did because Brown was the one coming up on it, and I love Dustin Brown. And he actually took less games to do it than Kopitar because he was out for 10 games at the beginning of this season. So it was a great goal, too. I love watching Dustin Brown play. So his 20th of the season came about 5 minutes in. We'd already had 3 or 4 scuffles after the whistle. That happens a lot with these two teams. It was unsurprising to see. What was surprising is that none of them actually got into a full fist fight. That was a little odd. But, exciting still to see the Kings playing very, very well. And at about the 17-minute mark, after consistently good play in front of Jones and in front of Quick, too, there were a lot of blocked shots, quite a few blocked shots. But that's what defense is supposed to do. They're supposed to make sure that as much as possible, things don't get through to the goaltender. And they did a really good job of that tonight. Clifford. I am really excited to watch Kyle Clifford this season. He's always been good at the, I don't want to say goon, but kind of enforcer position where he's got that big body and the big hits, and he still has that, but he has so much more finesse and skating power and stick handling skills that he didn't have before, that it's just, he's never going to be the Anze Kopitar or, what Jeff Carter and Tyler Toffoli used to be of the team, but he's putting in so much work that is really paying off in so many areas of the ice. I just love watching that. So he did some great stuff. And yeah, basically all of the Kings put together a really good thing. And I'm looking up at the thing around 17 minutes in the into the first. I'm like, we have 12 shots and they have 3. Man, this is so going to be one of those trap games, where we're totally dominating, and then we get to and do something really stupid. And sure enough, as that happens, with maybe 2.5 minutes to go in the first, they get that shot. That was awesome and inevitable. I believe it was Hertl who tipped in Vlasic's shot. You're all right, yeah, that was bound to happen. Bound to happen. And then the Sharks completely took over the last 2.5 minutes, so much so that it felt like it was way more than 2.5 minutes. And actually, for a lot of the second period, it was like, oh my gosh, only this much time gone away? I feel like they've had the puck forever. So with about 1 minute and 17 seconds to go in the first period, Dillon and Wagner got into enough scuffles after the whistle that they both got called for slashing. And so they went to the penalty box. The Kings started with some 4-on-4, which very quickly turned into 5-on-5 and Sharks and a goal. Super obvious kind of goal. There'd been so many dangerous chances by Quick that you're sitting there like, yeah, one of these is going to go in, and sure enough, one did. So it was 2-1. And you're like, okay, great. That's the way the Kings are playing, and it's the Sharks, so this is not going to go well. I believe the turning point in the period, when then there was a Meier, M-E-I-E-R, I think that's how you pronounce his name. I mean, it should be easy, but there's a lot of vowels, and in French, there are 18 vowels, and you pronounce 2 of them, so I don't know. So he has a pretty decent breakaway, actually, and the best save Quick made of that game was on the breakaway, totally denied that, and that really kind of boosted the Kings to not let the Sharks completely take over the second period. So that was very good to see. They also had a penalty kill with about 5 minutes left in the second period that they killed very successfully. Tyler Toffoli and Matt Roy almost had a shorthanded chance. Almost, but Tyler Toffoli just cannot get a puck in the net this season. It is very disconcerting to watch because it wasn't just the shorthanded. There were many points throughout the game where I just turned to my friend and went, wow, like, what is happening? So that's disturbing, and I really hope is addressed in the off season. Yeah. So anyway, we get to the third period, and it's looking kind of more the same. You know, they're not playing terribly, but they're not playing well enough to really get the advantage. Until they get 2 goals in the space of 2 minutes and 17 seconds. And nobody saw it coming. Certainly not Jones, poor guy. So the first one is Roy's first NHL goal. I'm so excited for him. We thought it might have been Dustin Brown on the verge of a hat trick there, but he was just an incredibly excellent screen in front of Jones, and they just straight past him. So that was exciting just to tie it up. And there's maybe like 8 minutes left in the third period, and you're thinking, okay, 8 minutes. We can hold on for 8 minutes, but oh no, we're not just going to hold on. We are going to get the go-ahead goal from Kopitar. And oh my God, I have missed seeing Kopitar do something this beautiful with a puck. All the stick handling, totally just, Jones had no idea when or where he was going to put that puck. And so it ends up behind him, and real fast, it was a 3-2 game. But there's also just enough time to screw it up, which is very much what the Kings have been doing as of late. So you're just like, oh my God, please don't. Please hold on to this lead. Which, you know, was made a little more difficult when Martinez shoots the puck over the glass with 3 minutes and 2 seconds left in the game. Seriously? My least favorite amateur hour penalty, and with 3 minutes left in the freaking game, that's when you decide to be shorthanded? Like, are you stupid? What were you thinking? That is not the way to protect a lead. And I'm wondering, during those 3 minutes, how long it is, well, 2 minutes, but then the last minute, like, how long that is, they are going to wait to pull Jones. Because if you already have a 5-on-4, and with 3 minutes left, that's kind of around the time people have been starting to pull their goalies lately anyway. So, you know, how long to make it a 6-on-4 and really put the pressure on? Well, it took them about a minute, mainly because the Kings were actually doing pretty well, defensive-wise. A couple of scary moments, but still, they were holding their own there. So they finally pulled Jones, and the first attempt at an empty net is thankfully waved off because there's no icing in a penalty kill, so that was good. But it was like a minute and a half left, and you're just like, oh my God, like that, we really could have used that. There's enough time and enough of the penalty left that this could end really badly if you don't put it away. So that was really nerve-wracking. But then Jeff Carter, with only his like 11th or 12th goal of the season, that's slightly concerning. Let's not get into that. Let's just be happy that the Kings did finally pot the empty netter. So exciting. Oh, we're going to beat the Sharks. I love that. I love beating the Sharks. So the season series for us for both teams, actually, weirdly enough, was 2-1-1. 2 wins, 1 loss in overtime. Which is a little odd, but it works out, I guess. I mean, considering how well they were doing, how badly they were doing, that we are doing, I will totally take that. And I will take this win, and then my Avalanche winning a 4-point game outright, and Arizona losing so that Colorado back in the playoffs. I'm just going to take that as a very happy note for this evening.